we are in the celebrated Chalfont St Peter, Dad's childhood place. What can you tell us about?
Well, what I can tell you about Chalfont St Peter, it's changed tremendously. I'm going to take you right round as we come into the high street, round by the church, which is very famous. Goes back this supposedly is still a village, but it has changed. And the one thing that has changed, not all, which was surprising. Let's go and have a little look at the high street. Once again, Inn,
Greyhound Inn.
Yep, goes back a long time as the Greyhound.
Did you ever go in the Greyhound?
I did go in the Greyhound, yeah, occasionally, very occasionally, because by the time I was really old enough
To go
and
in.
rich enough to go, we'd left Chalfont.
There's the White Hart, which was second cousin Rachel was the landlady. So this is Chalfont High Street.
Yeah, we're coming into the high street. Again, for those that go back many years, it's all changed tremendously. But as you can see, there's still a lot of shop fronts that are small little units, independent little units. And
I remember the record shop.
yeah,
there was a record shop.
Yeah, used in a film, used quite a lot in a film in this place was. And this is, as I say, the high street. And coming up now to quite a substantial part of Chalfont St Peter's past history is Goldhill Common. This common was the common that my Aunt Lil used to clean and go around picking up the litter and so on. The feast days that were a great village festival in the 50s and 60s, that's when they were held. And what we're going to do now is pull into the old cottages, and one of them, in fact, is where my Aunt Nil owned and was brought up, and it was the family home. All changed, but the cottages which we're coming along to now, as you can see, they go back quite a time. You have to be careful filming, people will wonder what's going on. But this is
Pond Cottage.
Pond Cottage, where
That's where it was.
Aunt Nil lived, Pond Cottages. So that's how things have changed. And in fact, I got that slightly wrong. She was at number 1 Pond Cottage. So
She was there.
That's where she lived, and of course they're worth an absolute fortune now. The roads, these little private roads, there's a big pot up there that could
I remember going to a wake with Grandad Bill over there somewhere.
so this is still Goldhill Common.
So what memories do you have of Goldhill Common when you were a little lad?
I played football out on here, and I've played for Chalfont St Peter Colts out on that field. Look, there's a beacon there that was used to celebrate, I forget what particular event it was, but they did all the beacons lit round the whole country, and that was the one that was used there. So
Look at that house there.
you can see there's some big houses that surround this common. We're coming up to an old pub that's been modernised.
That's the pub that we did the Jolly Farmers, where we did the wake for a funeral that
Yeah.
I attended with Grandad Bill.
And the Jolly Farmer, I did, apart from my granddad used to go there and have his occasional drink, but where that had fame in the 60s and 70s, the Beatles were at Pinewood Studio, and they came out to lunch and were hosted at the Jolly Farmer. So the Beatles have been there.
That's cool, didn't know that.
Yeah, and I took my old nan there quite a bit when I was going off to fly overseas. I'd come over and stay with her at Chalfont before driving up to Heathrow, and I'd take her out the night before for a meal, and we often came here. So this is, as I say, Chalfont St Peter and the Goldhill Common. A lot of it hasn't changed. as a boy I used to play out here, played football on the big green, and we're now going towards another part of the village, and this is another side of Gold Hill Common, and I can show you where my mother and stepfather lived, which is shortly coming up on this right hand side.
I've got good memories of this. Was it Langhorne?
Langhorne's the place they lived, and sadly, that's where my mother
died.
Yeah, so it's got varied memories, but they had happy memories here, and that's the most important thing. So as I say, we're still coming down the side of Gold Hill Common, and
so Gold Hill Common's a very celebrated.
oh yes, it was well known. And here's Langhorne, which is this white building that Matthew is doing now. They lived in the upper flat with the Elizabethan style windows and roof there, and of course you can see the name Langhorne. So that's where Mum and Bill were.
In the top one, aren't they?
The top one, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was there. So off we go, making another direction of Chalfont, back into, not into the village, but going along to where my uncle and aunt lived, at a place called Lansdowne Road. And Lansdowne Road, I've got to say, for in spite of the expenses of the house,
That's an interesting clock. Sorry to interrupt. There's a
very narrow road, and this is Lansdowne Road. And as you'll see by the road, this road, incidentally, because these houses go back a long period, and it was built long before everyone had a car, and it wasn't geared up for cars in the way that this is now.
This was horse and cart city, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was
All very limited cars.
very, very limited cars, and you'll probably more see a horse and trap than anything else along here. But there we are. That's times that have changed. But this is Lansdowne Road, very old traditional road in Chalfont, but the cars do mess it up somewhat. And coming up at the very end of the road is Maywand, and Maywand is the house that my aunt and uncle lived in, and that's where they would live for many, many years. It was sold sadly after they died, but again, things change and move on.
Number
That's
71.
71, Maywand. That's it. So that's Maywand. Because the village itself is really on in a valley, a V-shaped valley.
So it's in a valley.
Yeah, it's in a valley. I just had to stop for that lorry that's coming out, and we're on. It's two sides of a V-shaped valley, and of course we've come from one side coming into Chalfont St, and now we're coming back and going up the other. So again, this was when I was a young boy. There's a lot of what those days were called council houses. These days is social homes, but nevertheless.
Getting into about. This is where Sean lives, isn't
Yes,
it?
this is where.
On the corner here, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's where he is from. I don't know if that's their house, is it?
No, I think maybe not. So where are we now then?
We're